Yo, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Jama'a muna muku gaisuwa ya ciye-ciye obibia. Yanya broni bi like oti onkwala like se ohuse akwala esuwa wanimdiye hano. Mun samu wata baturiya da ta study vocalist da ta san kamar in yaro na kuka ko kuwa jariri na wani abu ta san kamar ga abin da ke damun shi. Se akwala fufuro esuwa mamiwe onimdiye eyeden ehano se ekomdina se nanikuma bibia akwala nbeno mamino wa konsuya hu ayeden aba abinda like idan bacci ko kuwa kwana na jin yaro jariri ta sani komi ta sani won fahimta ne da Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ya ba wannan bauyar Allah. Shi yasa idan ba ku ga wannan video ba ku kalli kan screen.
Obviously, you can recognize your baby's cry when you hear it crying above everybody else's. So you already have that special link to your baby through the cry. And I'm sure that you're already picking up, that there's a tired cry and a hungry cry and all that sort of thing. And probably your nurse or your doctor has mentioned that, listen for the hungry cry. Exactly. Well, up until now, no one's actually been able to say precisely what it is you're listening for. Because I remember that my nurse told me, okay, just listen for the hungry cry and then you'll know when to feed. I'm like, well, how do I know what the hungry cry is? Because they all sound, they might sound slightly differently, but, how do you know? So that's when I decided to start classifying my son's cries, because he cried all the time. He had colic and reflux all day and all night. And so I started classifying his cries. What we're hearing here with both of these babies is the word ne, and that's a word for hunger. Within the cry, there's actually a word that they're saying. The sucking reflex, so if you bring your tongue up along the top palate of your mouth, it produces a sucking reflex with your tongue like that. And you add sound to it, you'll get a ne sound.
Who does that? He does that.
Okay, so if you were to do the same thing basically that we did before and just put him up here on your shoulder. That's it. So this is air, and that's the word for upper wind. So what you would do there is put the baby in an upright position. And if you pick them up, burp them, you can put them back down, they go back to sleep. It's not the whole big rigmarole.
Try it.
But
try it.
Perfect example. So, the burp can be silent. Like we can sometimes burp and you don't hear anything. It's the same with babies. They can be getting the wind out or moving the wind out, up and out. But, we don't hear it.
He's just being pretty.
See, that's more of an owl sound. And there's a bit of a ne there. What we heard from this baby was the word owl, which is the word for tired. Does he go to sleep sucking on a pacifier? Yeah.
Sometimes just laying down. Just rocking usually.
Do you have a pacifier with you, or? Because what we're hearing is the owl sound, but you did hear a ne sound, which is why I asked, does he go to sleep sucking with a pacifier? Because, yeah. So what your baby now is saying is the word he, which is the word for uncomfortable. So, which means she's probably a bit hot. Do we get how she's much more comfortable now that she's got her jumper off?
Yeah, she's loving as well.
So that sound was a he sound. So it's the H sound, and that means uncomfortable. So when they're too hot, or they need their diaper changed or they're a bit cold, they'll say hair.
Just by looking at it or looking at the video, it's funny because I didn't realize that all those words were meaning this or meaning that, and I hear it all the time.
And it's a sad thing because so many women, especially who's going through motherhood for the first time, don't know how to cope with the crying. And so it might help them ease a little of that too.
Yeah, this is what we're aiming for.
Bayan kun kalli kan screen iyayenmu wanda koko in ce yaranku da suke kan social media suna kallo ko kuwa a'a ku budurai da yani da za ku haihu kai ba ma matan ba har da maza kuma ku nemi wani ilimi cikin wannan abu da zai bar idan kun ga yaranku na cikin wani yanayi in mai shi bai da lafiya ne in kwana na jin mai shi ko yunwa ko wani abu haka kai ma turu wannan video zaka san wannan abu ba mu gaya muku sunanta ba, sunanta pricilla dunstan ko dunstan ne ita ne like she get the sign or the language of babies. Wannan mata Allah mata albarka shi yasa ku bibiye mu insha Allah kowane video ya drop zamu ta fahimtar da ku wani abubuwa. Shi yasa idan ka ga wannan video zaka iya kashe ka bada like. Nan ne Galadima TV a birnin Ghana kuma si Efidiasi Ashanti. Allah ya sa mu dace.